Okay, so I'm making this video for the tarot card readers, and I'm going to share something with you. And it's about Nebuchadnezzar, and I know you heard that story before. When Nebuchadnezzar became the king of Babylon, he had a terrible dream, and in the second year in his reign, his spirit was troubled greatly, for he could not tell the meaning of his dream. As a result, sleep departed from him. Therefore, he summoned all the magicians, astrologers, and sorcerers in his entire kingdom. And in fact, the whole situation was so complicated because Nebuchadnezzar had forgotten his dream. Therefore, he charged all the magicians, the astrologers, and the sorcerers to make known his dream and their interpretations, and threatened to pass a decree to cut them to pieces and their houses made a dug hole. You see, Nebuchadnezzar summoned them to do these things, and they couldn't do it because the Lord had hidden a dream. And some things are hidden in God, and it's not for evil eyes to see or to know, no matter how much power it has on this earth. But it doesn't have the power to undo what God wants when it's time for it to be done. So you see, Nebuchadnezzar was a great king, and he summoned all these people, and they couldn't determine what the dream meant because God kept it hidden. So he had to turn to a servant who loved God with all of his heart and soul to interpret what God was trying to tell him. So let's go on to the story. So I'm just telling you guys, before y'all go believing all these people mess your life up with these tarot cards. And they're known to have stories in the past of, legal action sometimes of the results. That's why I don't play with tarot cards. No way do I play spiritual games with people's lives, because sometimes it can result in legal actions. So when you playing games with them cards, you just be prepared for if anything legal come behind it, what you told somebody and it don't come true. So we're going to talk about what God, go on to the story. For this cause, the king was angry and very furious, and commanded to destroy all the wise men of Babylon. And the decree went forth, the wise men should be slain. And they sought Daniel and his fellows to be slain. Then Daniel answered with counsel and wisdom to Arach, the captain of the king's guard, which was gone forth to slay the wise men of Babylon. He answered and said to Arach, the king's captain, why is the decree so hasty from the king? Then Arach made the thing known to Daniel. So see, the king was angry because these people were supposed to know, and they had the highest energy, vibration, and knowledge and all those things. Magicians, sorcerers, and astrologers. But they could not determine and decipher the mind of God because he didn't give it to them. It was hidden from their knowledge. So you can play with evil things and cards and spiritual things. But the thing about that is the wisdom in playing with spiritual cards. Everything you do with your hands have life in them. And also they leave things in your hands spiritual when you play with things that's spiritual, like cards. Do you understand what is left when you play with those cards in your hands? Do you understand the spiritual markings that's left in your hands, which can be determined with people who really have real gifts? They can see what's in your hands. Sometimes if you look closely, you can see that people's hands are evil. And there's some people that can see what people have done with their hands and they don't even know them. So you see, I don't play with spiritual things, because some things are dangerous even though they don't seem like it. And when you play with tarot cards, what are you trading? What are you giving up for each card that you pick up spiritually? Do you really understand what you're doing? Do you? Or are you doing it because it's a trend? And will you later on regret something spiritual that you don't understand? Because each one of those cards have spiritual meanings to it. And other things. And since you don't know, maybe you should find out. Because I'm from the dirty South. And just the tarot cards mean more than just tarot cards. And some things are very spiritual. And this generation is very unlearned, and they play with things and regret things for the rest of their life that's spiritual. So, with all that said and done, this is for entertainment purposes only. Goodbye.